اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Salman al-Farisi radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when a person is in a desolate place and the time of Salah approaches, he should perform ablution. If he does not find water, he should perform tayammum. When he calls out the Iqamah and offers his Salah, his two angels who are appointed to record his deeds join him in the Salah. But if he calls out the Azan and the Iqamah, such a large group from the armies of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, for example angels, offer Salah behind him that the two ends of this group cannot be seen. Mentioned by Musannaf Abdul Razzaq. Uqba ibn Amir radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates, I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, your sustainer is most pleased with that shepherd who calls out the Azan at the top of a mountain and offers Salah. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu says to the angels, look at this servant of mine, he is calling out the Azan and offering Salah out of fear for me. I have forgiven my servant and admitted him into paradise. Mentioned by Abu Dawud. Sahal ibn Sa'ad radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, supplication at two times is not rejected, or rarely it is rejected. Supplication when the Azan is called, and supplication in the midst of a battle. Mentioned by Abu Dawud. Sa'ad ibn Abi Waqas radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever says the following when he hears the muezzin calling out the Azan, then his sins are forgiven. وَأَنَا أَشْهَدُ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ وَحْدَهُ لَا شَرِيكَ لَهُ وَأَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا وَبِمُحَمَّدٍ رَسُولًا وَبِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا. I also testify that there is none worthy of worship except Allah. He is one and He has no partner. And I testify that Muhammad is His servant and messenger. I am pleased with Allah as the sustainer, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the messenger, and Islam as the religion. Mentioned by Muslim. Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates, we were with the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu then stood up and called out the Azan. When he completed, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever repeats with conviction what the Muazzin said shall enter paradise. Mentioned by Hakim. Note, it is learned from this hadith that one should repeat the same words as those said by the Muazzin. However, the narration of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu states that a person should say, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, there is no power and no might except with Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, when the Muazzin says, Hayya ala salah, come to salah, and Hayya ala falah, come to success. Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that a man said, O Messenger of Allah, the Muazzins surpass us in rewards. Is there any deed with which we could also obtain similar rewards? The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, repeat whatever the Muazzin says. Then when you complete saying it, supplicate and you will be given whatever you supplicate for. Mentioned by Abu Dawud. Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that he heard the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, when you hear the Muazzin repeat whatever he says, and then send salutations, salat and salam to me. Whoever sends salutations to me, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu showers 10 mercies on him in return. Thereafter, ask Allah Jalla Jalaluhu to bestow me with al-wasila. It is a place in paradise which is reversed for none except a servant of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, and I hope that I am the one. Whoever asks for al-wasila for me shall be eligible for my intercession. Mentioned by Muslim. Jabir ibn Abdullah radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever says the following supplication when he hears the Azan, my intercession becomes guaranteed for him on the day of resurrection. The supplication is, اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. O Allah, Lord of this perfect call and eternal prayer, grant Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam al-wasila, a place in paradise, and the merit, and raise him to the praiseworthy position which you promised him. Surely we do not go back on your promise. Mentioned by Bukhari. Jabir radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever says the following after hearing the muazzin, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu will accept his supplication. Allahumma rabba hadhihi ad-da'wati at-tamma wa salati an-nafi'a salli ala Muhammad warda anhu rida la taskhatu ba'dah. O Allah, Lord of this perfect call and this beneficial salah, shower mercy on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and be so pleased with him, after which you never become displeased. Mentioned by Ahmad. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, supplication that is made between the azan and iqamah is not rejected. The companions radiallahu ta'ala anhum asked, O Messenger of Allah, what supplication should we make? He replied, ask Allah Jalla Jalaluhu for well-being in this world and in the hereafter. Mentioned by Tirmidhi. Jabir radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when the iqamah for the salah is called out, the doors of the heavens are opened and supplications are accepted. Mentioned by Ahmad. Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates, the person who performs a beautiful ablution and then goes out to the masjid in order to offer salah is considered to be already in salah as long as he remains on that intention. One good deed is recorded in his favor for one step that he takes, and one evil deed is wiped off his record for the next step. When any of you hears the iqamah, he should not run. The one whose house is furthest away from the masjid shall receive the greatest reward. His students asked him, why is that so, O Abu Huraira? He replied, because of the additional steps that such a person will be taking to the masjid. Mentioned by Imam Malik. Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that Abu al-Qasim, for example, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when any of you performs ablution at home and then goes to the masjid, he is considered to be in salah, and therefore receives the reward thereof till he returns to his house. He should therefore not do this. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam then interlocked the fingers of both his hands. Mentioned by Hakim. Note, this means that just as it is not permissible to interlock the fingers of both hands while in salah, and that such an act is not in like manner, the person who performs ablution at home and goes to the masjid with the intention of offering salah should also not do this. This is because it is as though he is in salah by virtue of the rewards which he is accruing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to make amal upon whatever we have listened to, and may He give us the tawfiq to send this to others, inshallah. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayh.